Hey there sexy vault dwellers, Stormy Skies 369 here. In this hidden locations video we're going to be looking at the Neighboring Homestead, which was home to two very different neighbours, Larry and Sandra. So before we have a look around, I'm going to give you the lore. Then there's a little puzzle to work out to get the code for the keypad. It is player specific, which means Google won't give you the code, so I'll show you how to do that. However, you can just jump through the hole in the roof. At this location there's loads of fertilizer, a locked safe, a recipe and a potential for a bobblehead. If you do want to skip the lore part, then go to 3 minutes 20 in the video and that'll take you straight to the map and location. However, if you're sticking around, let's do story time with Stormy. Larry was a practiced chemist and a future-thinking farmer, spending his days experimenting with advanced horticultural techniques on his crops. He set up his lab and homestead close to Watoga, dubbed the City of the Future, which seemed like the perfect place as Larry embraced technology using automated aids such as the utility protectrons with remote maintenance, routine downloadable capabilities and pest extermination programs. Larry's crowning triumph was his growth formula that not only doubled the growth rate but also the volume of his plants. Life was good for Larry. To the south, separated by a dried out river, is Sandra's homestead. Old-fashioned in her ways and completely opposed to the use of technology, she had called the Cranberry Bog her home long before Watoga was constructed, and the thought of the City of the Future was an eyesore to her. However, when her new neighbour Larry moved in, his scientific equipment being on her own backyard was too much for her to handle, and as Larry's crops developed at rapid speed, Sandra became wary of his experiments. From a note inside Larry's destroyed home, we find out how Sandra begins spying on Larry's work and property, but Larry notices and there's nothing he can do to stop it, as Sandra will quickly escape by ducking back into the nearby woods. On a wooded table inside the destroyed barn at Sandra's homestead is a note she has left reading, "I finally had enough of looking at Larry's stupid science experiments. It's bad enough that Watoga is always on my horizon, but now I have this junk right in my own backyard. I have a decent supply of toxin to contaminate his water supply. I just need to find a way into that back room." But eventually Sandra obtained the full key code and began toxifying Larry's irrigation water supply. Immediately Larry started noticing negative results from his formula that was previously producing nothing but growth. Larry correctly hypothesized that Sandra was the cause, but before anything could be done the Great War erupted, transforming Appalachia and the Cranberry Bog. While Larry and Sandra are long since perished, by 2103 Larry's formula would find new life, stimulating the growth of the strangler plants, the only known wild growth of strangler outside of the Maya. Here's the location on the map. You are better off travelling from the NAR repair yard and then a very short run to the actual homestead itself. So let's have a little walk around. Starting off in Larry's homestead, you can see it is quite a big area. It's easy to spot from the NAR repair yard because you have these big towers. I think they're some kind of water tanks, maybe. I'm not very good with my horticultural knowledge. Okay, coming around the outside, this is Larry's homestead, or at least what's left of it. Okay, was going to go inside, just going to quickly check this bathtub, but there's nothing in there. Or around it. Okay, going inside now. It's pretty empty. Toilet and a chair, that's okay. Bit of brain fungus. But nothing else of interest on the ground floor. There's a sink but no lootable mirror. And a cabinet, again not lootable though. On the side here we can see Larry's workshop. So if you didn't want to get the code, just jump through the roof there. We've got a utility protector on. Okay, this looks a bit like a bunker. With the lights, I'm going to guess that this was a bit of a grow room for him. And the keypad. Okay, remember you can't get the code off of Google, but I'll show you where to get the code from. It is player specific, so the code only will work for yourself. Okay, a little bit of junk on the table there. In this trailer we have some bags of fertilizer and a bit more junk. And again some more fertilizer. There is a lot of fertilizer at this location. Okay, that's that bit covered. We have these stacked trailers over here. So we start at the bottom. Got some microscopes. We also have a first aid and a cool box. And Larry's dead corpse, or Larry's skeleton should I say. He's definitely dead. As well as fertiliser, there are quite a few fuel tanks. There's some next to the greenhouse here and sporadically laying about. We have a quick look in the greenhouse. Got a hazmat suit, some cutting fluid, some dead crops. In this wheelbarrow we have more fertiliser. That's about it for the greenhouse. Okay, so that's the whole house covered this time. We'll go back to the trailers. So we've done the bottom bit and I'm going to make my way up to the top bit now. We've got a little trailer up here. Inside we have some more fertiliser and some junk. We also have a fuel tank. If there is a bobblehead, it will be here next to Larry's terminal. So when you go into the computer, the first 3 logs are going to give you the lore. The backup data is the one that's going to give you the code. As you can see here, it's corrupted and you only get a few of the digits. So you can see where it says password, my digits are 367. So you want to take a note of those. If your memory's bad like mine, that is. You then need to head south across this riverbed. That will take you to Sandra's house. And we're just going to explore the riverbed for a minute because there should be a safe down here somewhere. So let's have a little mooch. Here we go. Here's the level 2 safe. A few bits in it. Nothing in the dresser. No, I think that's all of it. Okay, so Sandra's homestead. Let's have a little look around here. We'll start off with this little shed and there's a few wood piles. Okay, going inside we have a weapons workbench and some junk on the table. Some lead, it's always handy. Okay, inside our home there's a cooler, a non-functioning sink, and that's about it. Got a little outhouse here, nothing inside. Okay, making our way over to the barn. have some fertilizer in a wheelbarrow. And this is where Sandra kept all her toxic barrels. Got a radio and a toolbox. And there's the binoculars that she used to spy on Larry to get his keypad. I like the detail that Bethesda's put into this location, it really is cool. Okay, from the story, it does paint Sandra out to be a bit of a bitch, to be fair. However, let me just show you this. This is Sandra's farmland. This is where she grows her crops. So water supply. Okay, Larry's home is close. But who's this fucker? One of Larry's utility bots is walking on Sandra's crops. To be fair, that would piss me off too. So, I have a little more sympathy for Sandra than I originally did. I don't think she should go as far as throwing toxins into his water supply. Anyway, back inside the barn, on this table here is the key pass note. And this will have the missing numbers for the keypad. So mine looks like E4E, however my E's are meant to be 3s. So take a note of that as well, guys. Take a note of your number, not my number. Okay, so back over to Larry's homestead and we run through his grow bunker to the keypad. And we now have the full code. So like I said, my E's were actually 3s, so my passcode would be 34367. Remember, yours will be different. Okay, and as you can see, there are holes in the roof, so if you have marsupial or a jetpack, you should be able to easily jump in here. So we have a little bit of junk, and there's the potential recipe. We have a little bit of aid in the fridge. Some more fertilizer, some drugs. And a huge hole in the roof. Okay, there's also a note on the table that gives us a bit more lore. And that's about it. To get out of the room, you just need to press this big red button. There we go. Okay, and finally, this is not a campable location. Neither Larry or Sandra's homestead are campable, unfortunately, because it would be awesome to camp here. Bit of role playing. I'm not sure who I would prefer to be, Sandra or Larry. Probably Larry. Sandra's bitter, she has issues. Anyway guys, that's it. This is my second hidden locations video. So if you are enjoying them, let me know and I'll do a few more. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.